many of the Sky Mavis founders were some of the original NFT collectors.
80% of people gamers are on mobile.
Play2earn will be such a big part of the economy, both on the crypto side, on the gaming side.
I guess that wants me to point a question at you, Jiho. You've been around for 2 years, but like your growth over the last 6 months has been like prolific. What do you think was the moment where people finally twigged that this worked and this was a thing they wanted to get involved in?
So for the last 3.5 years, we built up a really strong community and we talked to our users. We learned so much. I mean, we started out as users as well. Like we were kind of many of the Sky Mavis founders were some of the original NFT collectors or play-to-earn gamers, right? I was a CryptoKitty breeder, and I was as a non-technical person able to turn 0.5 ETH into 20 ETH in CryptoKitties, right? So I think right, we were users, we were building the thing that we wanted, and we were also talked daily to the community. But there was just so much to build, right? Like Ethereum was slow. Wallets were clunky, so yeah, I think like with Axie, our approach is a little bit contrarian in that I think we're the first vertically integrated NFT gaming ecosystem where we have our own scalable sidechain, Ronin. We have our own NFT marketplace. We have our own wallet, right? We also have, of course, we have our own game. So it was really putting these components together into one relatively smooth experience. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it was putting these together, and that culminated with the launch of Ronin around April. And yeah, I think that was kind of the moment where growth started going from kind of maybe I think it was like 5% weekly growth to then 25%, 40% week on week growth. So yeah,
I love that. So casual about 20% week on week growth. That's nice, man. So Jiho went out and built the full stack. Niels, you're kind of coming a little bit further after the curve. Like people have already like led the way and demonstrated how you can do that, but your, I guess, big bet in the next iteration of what you're doing is to take this to mobile. I think it'd be good if you could outline like the reasons why this is important and the challenges that it represents.
Primarily, I'd like to begin in that, like it or not, 80% of people gamers are on mobile, and it's something that we see as the next big step that we need to take with the primary goal of NFT adoption. If we can get people playing it everywhere they go through the use of through hurdling those UX UI hurdles, blockers, and then we'd be able to reach the gamers beyond these walls. And once we get the mainstream, the critical mass, and it could reach so much more. It's a lot more. There's a lot more magnitude that we could reach, and Play2earn being very attractive is getting us half the way there. It's opened up a lot of opportunities for people who've never even dreamed of or don't even know what an NFT is. And it's something that we see as a really big potential in getting them not just to adopt games with NFTs, but generally it's the gateway to everything else in crypto.
Question in from Sasha, which I think ties in real nicely. Like mobile gaming naturally fits with like more casual gamers, people who don't want to spend hours upon hours in a single sitting playing. That's not necessarily how Play2earn is currently set up. Like the more time that you invest, the more upside that you get out of it, and the more you get out of the game. Do we think that this is like sustainable? Like, what does it mean for like player churn, and then I guess more importantly, player enjoyment? Like if they stay within one ecosystem, do they bounce between others? Are we talking interoperable game assets? Floor open? I don't know if Gabby or Jiho, you've got any thoughts on that?
So if we think about these games as digital economies, I think it make it easier to compare. So, right now, I mean, there's one large one. There's one large digital economy, that's Axie. You can look at it as an emergent nation state. People often have very strong cultural bonds, societal bonds, and loyalty to their nation state. But oftentimes, right, if there are other, places of opportunity, they may migrate, they may go and work there, they may come back, right? There could be, right, like capital flows. So people might go into other ecosystems, another play-to-earn game, but they might actually be, taking those earnings and bringing them back to the Axie economy. So yeah, they're gonna be a lot of like really interesting, I guess, dynamics at play. Either could be, right, like competition, vampire attacks as well, right? Like games giving usage, right? So like when people talk about interoperability of NFTs, right, I see that as an attack vector where you can, right, like say, okay, you can use their assets within our game, and all of a sudden, right, like, people in that economy or people within that game might take a look at your project. So yeah, that's kind of the way that I see it. It's still very far away. We haven't seen it, but hopefully other projects will emerge. It's very people always expect, right, that there are going to be many games as well, right? Many play-to-earn ecosystems, but in crypto, network effects are so strong, right? It's like Bitcoin is the dominant store of value currency. Ethereum is the dominant smart contract platform. Even there are other smart contract platforms with far superior tech and with none of that have actually fixed a lot of Ethereum's issues, but people still build on Ethereum. Ethereum is still dominant. So is it possible that the first play-to-earn digital economy just becomes, right, the United States of the metaverse because of the network effect? It's possible.
Okay, so on my end, as a play-to-earn gaming guild, so most of our operations are on Axie right now because I guess it provides the best return for our players. That said, we've actually invested into 10 different games, all in varying stages. Some are out and our players are enjoying them. Some of them we've invested in that are coming out in the next 3 to 6 months. Others won't be out until maybe the next 2 or 3 years. Like we think that play to earn will be such a big part of the economy, both on the crypto side, on the gaming side. It really expands the total market from what we have from entertainment right now. And with entertainment, even with network effects, it's not going to be a kind of winner takes all. Like, people would like to play, have different experiences, check out different genres, and basically, if there is a play to earn economy, we want to be in all of them. So our broad strategy is to invest in the assets of these different play to earn games and lend them out to the community. So think of YGG as like an index of the play to earn metaverse. And if there is a new economy that starts breaking out, we'll be able to tell before anyone else because we have an active player base in that economy. And that enables us to double down quickly and build a bigger asset and player base in these economies before anyone else notices.
Moving away from, I guess, like mobile gaming and sort of what Axie does and kind of Zerlin, when do we think play to earn will hit like big games? I don't want to say like I think for example, I think FIFA is like one of the top selling games of all time. Like it's probably not necessarily in the category of gaming that we're all enjoying most days, but like when does play to earn reach those guys, and how does that impact what's happening at this level, at this stage in the ecosystem?
So I believe these games are already being developed right now. Like I was referring to earlier to the Clash of Clans moment that we had with basically the level of revenue that Axie is earning, and that just spurs like a lot of the game industry, both from the large publishers to the indie developers, to take a look at what's happening and actually try to understand it and make their own attempt at creating something successful. in that industry. So yeah, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, like I don't know, but those games are already being developed right now.
And I would agree. It's actually, I had a conversation relating to that pretty recently. In that, in crypto, we have to bridge this together. It doesn't happen with just one organization. It generally needs to hit that critical mass we're in. We've already hit that in terms of the industry. We are getting people to work for us as easily as they would a traditional game developer, and that lends well because of the fact that we are getting recognized as much as those traditional games are in that space, and we are on that way.